It is one of the most recognizable tastes on the planet. Crunchy, savory, and secretly spiced.
But before this chicken lands in a bucket, it travels through a high-tech fortress of food engineering. Every day, millions of customers in the USA order a meal that relies on a massive, invisible supply chain.
Today, we are going inside the mega factories that process the poultry to exact standards.
This is the story of precision cutting, industrial marination, and the journey from farm to fryer.
Welcome to one of the largest poultry processing facilities in the United States.
Hygiene here is the law. Before anyone touches the product, they pass through rigorous sanitation zones. Safety isn't just about the food. It's about the hundreds of workers keeping this machine running 24/7.
The process begins at the loading dock, where fresh poultry arrives daily from contracted local farms.
Maintaining the cold chain is critical. If the temperature is off by even a few degrees, the entire shipment is rejected.
Speed is essential. The goal is to move the chicken from the truck to the processing line in minutes. Inside the main hall, the air is kept near freezing to preserve freshness while the machinery generates heat.
For KFC specifically, the bird isn't just chopped randomly. It must be separated into a classic 9-piece cut.
Everything you see is washed down constantly to prevent cross-contamination.
Let's follow the line and see how raw poultry is transformed into the building blocks of a fast food icon.
The chickens enter the facility on automated overhead lines, spaced perfectly for inspection. Government inspectors work alongside factory staff to ensure every bird meets health standards.
First, the carcasses go through a high-pressure wash to remove any surface debris.
They then enter a rapid chilling tunnel, dropping the meat's temperature deep into the safety zone immediately.
Cameras scan each bird. Computer vision calculates the weight and dimensions to the millimeter. If a bird is too small or has a visual defect, an automated arm kicks it off the main premium line.
Only the birds with the right muscle-to-bone ratio move forward to the cutting room.
Automated saws perform the primary cuts, splitting the bird down the backbone.
The separation of the breast quarters is the most delicate step, ensuring the meat stays intact.
Wings are removed first. These will be sorted by weight for different menu items.
Next, the legs are processed. The machine separates the thigh from the drumstick at the joint.
Laser guides ensure the cut goes exactly through the joint cartilage, not the bone. Human trimmers stand by to remove excess fat or loose skin that the machines might miss.
By the end of this line, one whole bird has become distinct categories of product.
The larger breast pieces are often destined for sandwiches or tenders. For tenders, a deboning machine gently strips the meat from the rib cage.
Bone-in pieces, the classic KFC staple, are checked to ensure no shattered bones remain.
Every single piece passes through a metal detector to ensure absolute safety. Once cut and sorted, the batches are ready for the next critical stage, marination.
This isn't like marinating chicken in your kitchen bowl. This is industrial vacuum tumbling.
The solution is mixed vigorously to ensure the seasoning is perfectly dissolved.
The cut chicken pieces are loaded into these massive steel drums.
The brine is pumped in, coating every piece of meat evenly. Once loaded, the machine seals shut, and a vacuum pump removes the air inside. The vacuum environment causes the meat fibers to expand and open up. As the drum spins, the marinade penetrates deep into the meat, not just sitting on the surface.
This process takes about 20 minutes, doing the work that would take 24 hours of soaking at home.
When the cycle ends, the chicken is fully infused with moisture and flavor.
You can see the difference immediately. The meat is plumper and holds the liquid.
Temperature checks continue. The friction of tumbling can create heat, so the room stays freezing.
For many supply chains, this is where the factory work ends and the restaurant work begins.
The chicken is portioned into large, food-grade blue bags. Air is removed to prevent spoilage, and the bags are heat-sealed.
Each bag gets a tracking code. We can trace this chicken back to the specific farm it came from.
Boxes are stacked and prepared for immediate dispatch to regional distribution centers.
But to see the final transformation, we need to look at the kitchen side of the process.
Let's move to the test kitchen facility to see how this factory-prepared chicken becomes the final meal.
In the restaurant, the process is surprisingly manual to maintain that authentic texture. It starts with the breading. The flour mix arrives pre-blended to protect the secret recipe. The exact ratio of the 11 herbs and spices is one of the most guarded trade secrets in the food industry.
The cook takes the marinated chicken we saw earlier and inspects each piece again.
The pieces are dipped in water first to help the flour adhere evenly.
This is the dip and drain method. Too much water makes the breading clumpy.
Then they are tossed into the seasoned flour.
There is a specific technique here: fold, press, and lift.
Pressing the flour ensures the breading sticks during the violent boiling of the fryer.
The excess flour is shaken off. This reveals the skin texture that will become crispy.
Once breaded, the chicken must be fried immediately. It cannot sit, or the breading will get soggy.
This brings us to the most crucial piece of technology, the pressure fryer. Unlike open frying, pressure frying cooks the chicken faster and at a lower temperature. The pressure seals in the juices while the oil crisps the outer layer.
The rack is lowered, and the oil bubbles fiercely for a moment.
The lid is locked down. Now, physics takes over. Precise timers ensure that every batch is cooked to the exact same standard.
Interestingly, the extra crispy variety is cooked in open fryers, which creates a thicker, crunchier crust.
While the chicken cooks, the oil is constantly filtered to remove burnt flour particles.
Clean oil is essential for that golden color. Old oil would make the chicken dark and bitter.
When the cycle ends, the pressure is released, venting steam into the hood system.
The result is the signature golden brown finish we all recognize.
But visual checks aren't enough. The internal temperature must reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit.
The cooked chicken is transferred to a holding cabinet.
It can only sit here for a short time. If not sold within a specific window, it cannot be served.
The pressure cooking has left the meat tender, while the breading provides the savory crunch.
Smaller items like popcorn chicken are often processed and par-fried at the factory level.
Back at the main plant, products like nuggets go through massive continuous fryers. Here, a curtain of batter coats thousands of nuggets per minute. They travel through a tunnel of hot oil, cooking evenly on all sides. These are fully cooked, then flash frozen to lock in the freshness. The spiral freezer drops the temperature to -40 degrees in minutes. Frozen solid, they are hard as rocks and ready for bagging. Automated baggers fill, weigh, and seal the packages at lightning speed. Final X-ray checks ensure no foreign objects have entered the bags. These factory-cooked items just need reheating at the restaurant, ensuring speed for busy lunch rushes. Whether raw or pre-cooked, the logistics challenge is immense. The factory output is synchronized with the demand of thousands of franchise locations. Trucks leave this facility around the clock, acting as a rolling refrigerator.
It's a race against time to deliver fresh product before the weekend rush.
At the store, the manager verifies the temperature and dates one last time. And the cycle begins again, from the delivery truck to the fryer basket.
The final assembly happens moments before the customer receives it.
Sides are added, but the star of the show remains the chicken. Packed hot and fresh, it's ready for the window. This efficient system ensures that the taste in New York is identical to the taste in Los Angeles.
There are also sensory testers who actually taste cooked samples from every batch.
They rate the texture, the saltiness, and the spice blend consistency.
Machines measure the crunch force to make sure the breading isn't too hard or too soft.
Back on the factory floor, the day ends with a massive cleanup operation.
Every shift change involves a deep clean, where the entire line is sanitized.
Before production restarts, surfaces are swabbed to prove they are sterile.
Only then can the machinery roar back to life for the next day's run. The scale of raw materials is staggering. Silos of flour are refilled almost daily. Tankers of vegetable oil arrive to keep the fryers filled. A central control room monitors every input and output, balancing the flow of ingredients. Efficiency is key. Waste is minimized to keep costs down for the consumer.
Even the packaging waste from the process is sorted and recycled where possible.
It takes a coordinated army of staff to keep this operation moving smoothly.
Yeah.
New employees undergo weeks of training on food safety and machine operation.
The culture of cleanliness is drilled in from day one.
While the city sleeps, the factory continues to process thousands of pounds of poultry.
This 24-hour cycle is the heartbeat of the fast food industry.
This same system is replicated in factories all over the world.
While flavors might change locally, the core industrial process remains the same.
Consistency is the product. You know exactly what you're going to get.
Hot, juicy, and safely prepared.
For the family eating dinner, the complex factory logistics are invisible.
The bucket has become a global symbol of shared meals.
But now you know the engineering marvels required to fill that bucket. Nothing goes to waste. Organs are separated for different markets or pet food production. Even the feathers are rendered down to create high-protein animal feed.
The factory even has its own water treatment plant to purify the water used in washing.
Millions of gallons are filtered and treated before being returned to the environment.
By sunrise, the chicken processed last night is already miles away on the highway. It arrives at your local branch just in time for the lunch prep.
Soon, the aroma will drift out into the street, drawing customers in.
It's an affordable luxury for millions, made possible by mass production.
We've traced the incredible journey from the farm gate to the cardboard box.
The next time you bite into that crispy coating, remember the technology that put it there.
It's a mix of agricultural heritage and space-age engineering.
We have many more factory stories from around the world coming soon.
From the largest supply factory in the USA to your dinner table.
Thanks for watching.